Okay?
Hi everyone, we're here at the studio and we have a special announcement we want to make. And I have Sarah Rebello here. Sarah, thank you for showing up.
Oh, Gene, thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
Some of you might have seen Channel 10's doing a little spot on it, and social media did a spot on it yesterday.
Florida Reporter did an article.
They did an article.
And I just want to say kudos to them. The article that they did was extremely fair and objective.
Yeah.
I was expecting to be smeared and labeled a terrorist, but they were great. They did an excellent job. I thought they were very fair. So I want to say thank you.
We wanted to give her a chance to reach out. The event is tomorrow, so today's a great opportunity to reach out. And Sarah, let me ask you, how did this all come about? Where did this just come from?
Okay, so I was actually talking online to Tom Ouellette. I don't know if you know who that is. Yes, he was like, he ran for office. I think he served in some kind of office in Somerset.
Yes.
You know, a very good guy. I met him at some Steinhoff meetings and stuff like that, some Steinhoff campaigns. And I was talking to him online, and actually it was his idea. He's the one that kind of said, we should make a rally, and you should do this and do that. And at first I was a little hesitant.
Yeah.
And then I made a post saying, if I did this, who would come? What would everybody do?
I see that.
And I got a lot of backlash, but I also got a lot of people that were all about it. You know, a lot of people are sick of this shutdown, and the more data that comes out, the lower the death rates are dropping. The more people we find out we've already had the virus, the antibodies are in their system, the more advanced the testing is, the different kinds of testing. And so now, I mean, the death rates are, I mean, especially in certain age groups from 18 to 45, it's like down at 0.1%, 0.2%. So I think that most people are just sick of this shutdown. Now, I don't want to say most people, because a lot of people, if you look at the backlash on social media, it's overwhelmingly people against what I'm doing.
Yeah.
But there are a lot of people in my inbox that are just afraid to speak out, and they don't want the backlash.
Sure.
So you know, I thought about it, and I made that post, and I got some feedback, and I decided, you know something, let's just do it.
So what is, so tell everybody, what is the rally's purpose? What is the purpose that you're trying to relate to the public?
So I just want to reiterate, it's not a Trump rally, okay?
It's not a political rally.
It's not a Trump rally. It's not a partisan Trump rally. I don't want it to be about partisan politics.
Okay.
This is about what's going on at a state level.
Amendment.
The First Amendment and what's going on at a state level, because Trump really has nothing to do with this, because he allowed the governments to the state governors to make their own policies. He made recommendations, but he didn't make any mandates or restrictions or impose anything on anyone besides, you know, the travel bans internationally.
So your beef is with the government?
My beef is with the state level, because I have a lot of libertarian friends who hate Trump, and I'm, you know what, and I still love them, and I still agree with them on many points. I'm not one of them people that lives in like this echo chamber where I can't be friendly or be agree with people that absolutely we do. You know, you're a little more on the left hand, of course. So I didn't want this to be about him, and it always ends up down to being about Trump, and I just didn't want that. So I just want to make that very clear. It's not about Trump. This is about the First Amendment. This is about government overreach and the state legislature overstepping their constitutional authority.
Which way?
That's what this is about.
In which way?
Well, I mean, they're forcing business to shut down.
Okay.
I mean, and listen, and you know, and all the corporations that everybody claims to hate, especially even people on the left, they're all allowed to stay open. You know, but it's all the small businesses.
And they're getting all the grants.
And they're getting all they're getting all the subsidies. I mean, the small businesses. I mean, they're gonna. I mean, what are they getting? I mean, the Congress blocked what they were supposed to get. You know, because I feel like the agenda is that they want to crush the small business. They want to force everybody on the government dole, and they want this like to me, it's more about this economic sabotage. And to me, that is so unconstitutional. A business it should be up to the business to implement a policy or a restriction, or if they want people to wear masks or whatever they want to do, that should be on the business to make those policies for their business establishment.
So what would you say then, okay, because I agree, business, and I also made a post way in the beginning when this first came out that I said, I wonder how many small businesses will go bankrupt. Small business.
Right, well every day that goes on, the more businesses will not be reopening.
Right. So what would you say to the people that say, okay, well you have a right to open your business, okay, and do what you want to do, but what about the people that may be put at risk?
Well, don't come here then. then don't come here. Then stay home. You have a right, if you want to self-quarantine, if you're older or at high risk, via diabetes or obesity or COPD, whatever your complications are, then it's your right to self-quarantine and stay home. And it's not like I'm going to be beating down your door and trying to make out with you. Okay? I'm not going to come to your house. I'm not going to bother you. But you know what? A huge majority of people are not at high risk. Okay? And they're going to be asymptomatic even if they do catch it. Like I believe that I went through my house back in January. We're very healthy.
I think a lot of them went through December too.
I think they missed it. I think that they came in too late with all these restrictions. I think that it was here way before.
China didn't tell nobody.
That's right.
So how long did we have this?
It could be as early as September, October, November of last year. So I do believe that because in January, I had a very respiratory, it was like a respiratory infection. I was down and out. I was very tired. I was very congested, and I wasn't like had to go to the doctor sick, but it was like a cold. I felt like I had. I was down and out for about a week, and that went through the house. So look, I just think that if you want to stay home, you stay home. Okay, but for you to think that you can impose your will on me, I'm not imposing my will on you. I'm not forcing you to go out. So don't force me to stay home. Don't force me to shut my business down. And I'm speaking in general terms, But don't force somebody to close their business and go bankrupt and take their livelihoods away. 30 million people are out of work.
Right. And I agree with you on a lot. I actually agree with you on a lot of this. I think that right now, if you look at it, we don't know what to believe, what not to believe, first of all. Numbers are fudged.
Well, you know what it is? That's why they come out with all these spun numbers and everything is so complicated, so they can't spin it to whatever agenda that they want. That's why the law is the way it is.
I don't think anybody argues with the fact that it's real and people are dying.
And I'm not denying that. But listen, no more people are dying than the flu killed 80,000 people. Okay, in the 2018 flu season. All right, and almost a million, just under a million people were hospitalized. All right, so every time a flu goes around with a cold, it's always the same group of people that are susceptible to it. The elderly, the people that already have pneumonia.
But we prepare for it. I have an immune problem. When I take medication for it, I'm much more cautious on what I do. But you're prepared for that. Every flu season, I get all my shots.
That's right.
I do all the things. So we know about that. So that's not an excuse to shut the world down.
I don't, and that's exactly right. Listen, if you are at high risk, then you should take extra precautions.
Right.
And of course, people maybe wash your hands more, use some hand sanitizer, be a little more mindful. But I just think that everything got taken way too far with these government mandates, and you are taking people's livelihoods away from them. And the more data that does come out, and the more testing that's done, we're seeing how widespread that this actually is. And the death rates are plummeting when you average in all the factors. You can't just take the people who were tested and tested positive and do the ratios by those numbers, because there are millions and millions of people who are asymptomatic who didn't go get tested, who didn't go to the doctor, and now we're all walking around already immune because we have the antibodies in our system.
And we know that all the experts are saying that to really get a consensus of what we got, you need to test everybody so you can bring all the numbers together.
That's right, and it's just not reasonable. It's not unfathomable to test 360 million people.
Makes you wonder, though, doesn't it make you wonder, because I'm not anti-government, but I believe that they definitely are getting totally out of control with their power, and how it's remarkable how they pick and choose. Okay, you can open, but you can't. So like package stores can open. Why? Now, people go in a package store, they walk by each other, right? Markets, very congested market, but the other guy can't open up because he doesn't sell food.
Yes.
It doesn't make a lot of sense.
And I know that it's always like they make these policies, right? And they use big business and these corporations as the excuse for why they're making all these mandates and all these restrictions and regulations. But you know what? Most of the businesses are not conglomerate corporations. They're small businesses. And these small business owners, they work 70, 80 hours a week. They're not millionaires. They're not sitting around with their feet up counting money all day. They work hard and they make ends meet.
Well, I go to a lot of diners, and my diner friends that own the diners are basically doing the takeout thing. They're not making any money.
No, they're not.
Okay, they're restocking their things. They're still keeping their doors open and hoping to pay the utilities and rent. They can't make a loan. They can go make a loan if they want, They can get the government subsidy, but it's a grant. It's not. I mean, it's not a grant. It's a loan.
Right.
They can't take another payment on.
That's right. I know.
So they're stuck.
It just see the way that everything has been done. I just feel like I don't know why when I say that the government is overstepping their boundaries and it seems like there's a higher agenda in play here. I don't know why people look at me and say I'm some kind of radical, crazy terrorist. I mean,
yeah, but they've been picketing before you started talking about this.
Yeah.
Okay, it was picketing weeks and a month ago.
Yes.
You know, there's riots.
Yes.
You know, if people want to pay attention to the news, don't pay attention to one station.
That's right.
Go to 5 or 6 different stations.
And I brought that up yesterday. Like, I listen to lefties, I listen to conservatives. I
Put
listen,
everything together.
That's right. I listen to a lot of independent journalists, and there's a variety of opinions there.
Yeah.
And I think that the more open-minded you are, and I listen to Trump haters, Trump lovers. Like, I am like an information junkie. I like to be informed.
I think that's important only because it gives you a consensus of what they're all thinking. Then you draw your own conclusion out of that. Like, I'm not a Republican or a Democrat. I'm an enrolled voter.
Yeah.
I vote for the person, right? And so it doesn't matter who puts the policy for it. I don't care about that. It's what good it is. I don't think that a lot of people in Fall River are like that. I think the majority of them were born Democrat. A lot of them don't even know what Democrat means, because the way I look at Democrat at 66 is Democratic Party is not what it used to be.
No.
It's totally different.
And they say that the right has went radical. No, it's the left that has went radical.
Completely
Okay,
crazy.
because if you listen to Democrats just in the Bill Clinton era, okay, they sound like these right-wing radicals of today. You know, I mean, in the left wing, they've gone full-blown communist on us.
Well, like we say, you're not a Ted Kennedy Democrat anymore.
Right.
You know, he was for the poor, but he was for the moderates too and everybody else. Today it seems like give everything away. Nobody got to work. You want to go to college? Okay, we'll pay for it. Like, no, you're not paying for it. Taxpayers pay for it.
Right, that's right. And if you
know.
just look, and if you just pay attention and understand like what happened throughout history, this is a cycle that happens.
Yeah.
These great empires, they rise and fall, and it's always the same communist policies and the same mob rule that brought down every major civilization in history. And that's why our Constitution was set up the way it was. We are not a democracy. We are a constitutional republic with individual rights. And it was our Constitution. Our forefathers knew. It was set up to protect us from the mob rule.
Yeah,
okay, the mob rule that has ruined every major civilization throughout history.
Yeah. And that's what this rally is about. It's about giving the people back their communities, let them make the decisions about it. And I think what you said was really important, is that if I open and you don't want to come because you're afraid, don't come, no hard feelings.
That's right.
After this is all said and done, if you want to come, come.
That's right.
You know, but allow me to continue my
There
business.
are a lot of people that will still come.
Sure they are.
You know what I mean? So like I don't listen. You know what? Only one side is advocating for initiating force on the other side. Okay, and it's not me. I'm telling you to do what you want to do, and let me do what I want to do.
Yeah.
You know, but I'm accused of being a terrorist. I'm accused of you want everybody to die. You know, it's just and then you call I don't think. Do you think anything I've said is radical or?
No, I mean you're not. Look, first of all, all you're doing is what you have a right to do.
That's right.
Anyway, everybody
Stand up for what I
has that
believe
same
in.
right. And you want to get a group of people together that are like-minded, and some are going to be there that are not like-minded, that might want to protest what you're doing, or might be there to hear what's going on.
That's right.
There's nothing wrong. That's democracy.
It is.
That's what the government's
Listen,
about.
I love engaging with people who I disagree with, okay? Because it makes things interesting, and that's the way you learn. And if you can stay open-minded and engage and really engage seriously with the person that you disagree with, that's how you come to rational conclusions. These debates, that's how truth gets told.
Yeah.
Right? And people on the left, they don't want it. They don't even want to hear me out. They just fly off the handle. They call me a terrorist. They say I want everybody to die. They're saying that they act like I want to go out licking public surfaces and swapping bodily fluids with sick people. I want to beat down the doors to nursing homes and infect everybody. That's not the case. And I wish that and I wish they wouldn't fly off the handle and they would just listen to what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But as soon as you bring up what your rights are, they scoff at you.
Yeah. Well, when you try to, and you know this as well as anybody, social media is designed so that people can act stupid, say whatever they want, not be held accountable for it.
Right.
But now you're gonna have a rally. It's gonna have to be maintained. It's gonna have to be evil keel. You can't be crazy. And What time is this rally starting?
It's going to be tomorrow at 11 o'clock in front of Government Center. I'd like for you to go across the street with the overpass so the highway can see us, you know, and we're going to try to spread out a little bit. We're not going to all congregate and be hugging each other.
Yeah.
No, my friend Mark Shane, who put on the Jersey Burning protest, protesting the NFL, taking the knee, that was a couple of years ago. He has a little outreach now because of his experience doing that, and he's the one that got a hold of the media. I was contacted by Channel 10. I did a Zoom interview with one of their journalists. We'll see what she does with all that. You know, and he's been very helpful to me. He's going to bring some masks and some gloves for people that do want to do it.
Absolutely.
Because we're not trying to be there irresponsibly.
You're not saying don't do this, don't wash your hands.
Right.
Don't do, you're saying if you want to do it, do it.
That's right.
But don't force me to do it.
Right. I got some hand sanitizer I'm going to bring. Like, I want to do this responsibly, but I want to be taken seriously. And I don't want to be labeled as somebody who is just being careless and wants to be out there infecting the world. That's not the case. Nobody's gonna die because of what I'm doing, okay? Like, if you're that scared, don't come.
And you're not targeting, I would assume, I'm assuming, you're not targeting, are you targeting local politics or are you targeting state politics?
No, because local politics really doesn't
follow
right, well, local, like Paul Coogan in our local, like, city council and the mayor, they really don't have a say whether the businesses can open. This is at a state level. But unfortunately, this is where we live, and, you know, it's kind of hard for a lot of people to get to Boston. So, I mean, but even just a little media, you know, make a little stink, let our voices be heard. Why can't we invoke our rights to do that?
You do,
you know, and why do I have to be smeared? And I mean, somebody threatened to shoot me online. I have the screenshot. I mean, he said, if you're going to invoke your First Amendment rights, I'm invoking my Second Amendment rights, and you know, and shoot you in the chest. And I was threatened like that. You know, they threatened to have my kid taken away from me, to call DCF and have my kid taken away because I'm a danger to society. You know, I had one crazy lady call my jobs. She called where she thought I still worked, and she actually did call my current job, corporate. You're trying to get me fired. Like, I just...
Over your own beliefs, right?
Yeah, right.
It's like,
Like, and who's the radical
Nazi
here?
Germany.
You know, they're bringing up the fact of what I did 10 years ago, the fact that I'm a recovering addict, which I know hits home for you. You know what I mean? I've been clean for 10 years in June. Okay, 10 years. That's a huge accomplishment.
Oh, sure it is.
Okay, and you know something? I didn't make all the best choices when I was younger. And, you know what I mean? I was in my 20s, okay?
And you know, when people, look, I got a lot of experience with that, and I still do sometimes, and we're talking 32 years, right? And I laugh at people like that.
But how are you going to throw that in my face? What does that have to do with anything that I'm saying?
They can't.
You're just trying to like smear my character and you know, and pervert my intentions and my integrity, and it's not fair. It's not fair because I'm not doing that to you. Like, I would wish you could just argue what I'm saying, like, and stick to the principles that I'm talking about.
When people can't hold their own in a logical, articulate conversation, they're going to revert to trying to hurt you.
Right, personal attacks. And you know something, I have very thick skin and I can take it. I'm just pointing out how wrong it is.
Let's say this is not your first rodeo with people trying to go after you, with people trying to get you fired.
That's right.
We've been down this road 5 years ago, right?
That's right.
So that people, if they did their homework, they would know that they're wasting their time. Because that's not going to stop you.
No, it's not.
So let's get back to your rally, and we can close up. The rally starts at 11.
It starts at 11 o'clock. I'm hoping I have a lot of good feedback from it. Listen, even if I can just get 25 people there, it'll just be a big enough crowd so that we can make a stink.
Sure.
We're not trying to be irresponsible. We just want to be heard. I'm going to have a couple of speakers. Jordan Silva's going to come. Hopefully he'll say a few words. I'm going to say a few words. Tom Ouellette's going to say a few words. David Steinhoff is still up in the air. Hopefully he'll come and say a few words because I know he supports what I'm doing. So listen, weather permitting, I did look at the weather. It's supposed to, it's not supposed to get bad until in the afternoon. So hopefully from 11 to 12, it'll be somewhat unreasonable, the weather. So listen, hopefully people can just respect my rights to voice my opinion and respect everybody else's rights to come and voice their opinions. Because they did respect Black Lives Matter. They did defend Black Lives Matter's First Amendment rights when they were burning cities to the ground and killing cops. Okay, nobody. I'm getting worse backlash than they got on social media. Everybody defended them and diverted all blame and blamed everybody else but them. Okay, but because I want to wave a few American flags and give a speech, they're labeling me like I'm a terrorist. So I just think that the double standards are really sickening, which is one of the reasons why I'm doing what I'm doing. And I'm gonna stand up for what I believe in, and I don't care who likes it and who doesn't. You can support me, great, and you don't have to support me. But maybe, you know, you don't have to really like stalk me and call my job either. You know what I mean?
Makes sense. So, in case there is downpouring rain, have you thought about?
We're gonna see what happens in the morning. I mean, listen, you know what? There are some people that are saying they're gonna be there, rain or shine. Jordan said that he would come with me if there was a tornado, if it was just me and him.
Okay.
Listen, I have about 5 or 6 umbrellas. I'll bring them all just in case, you know.
So rain or shine, folks.
Rain or shine. I'm not gonna reschedule it. You know, I'm not gonna schedule it.
Well, that's what I want people to understand. And what you should do is go to her Facebook page and
I have 2, Sarah Rebello and Sandra Lee. Just because of the censorship on Facebook, my real account right now is Sarah Rebello is in Facebook jail. So I've had the Sandra Lee account since 2016. So everybody knows it's me. I'm not trying to hide my identity. But everything is posted on both pages. What I
So you can go there and have some dialogue with her, ask her any personal questions, or you get in a private.
Just reach out to me and talk to me. Don't just come and attack me like on social media, thinking that you have some kind of moral high ground as you're wishing death upon me and my entire family.
There you
you
go.
know, so just be reasonable. I'm being reasonable, and I wish other people would be reasonable.
Well, there you have it, folks. So tomorrow at 11 a.m. at Government Center, there'll be a rally started and supported by Sarah Rebello and her friends. So show up if you're interested. Show up if you're not interested. And you know, like I said, sometimes you go there just to find out what's going on and hear for yourself.
Sure.
You know, so.
Sure, listen, I'll probably have some live streams going if I can figure out how to do it, because I'm not too technically savvy.
Well,
But I'm sure
depending on the
sure
rate,
we'll make a
maybe
good
we
of it.
can get a camera over there for you.
Yeah, well, when I spoke to the lady at Channel 10, she said they were going to try to send a truck out, but it wasn't a definite, you know, a camera out. So, I mean, we'll see what happens with everything. Look, I'm not doing this for publicity or self-promotion or attention. I'm doing this because I feel that it's right, and I'm going to do what I think is right. And in the long run, I want to be on the right side of history.
Well, the whole reason that I said I reached out yesterday was the fact that all types of people that provide news or information should be involved in something that is like this. This is a First Amendment issue. To me, Sarah, regardless of what you're doing, is your right to do it.
That's right.
Okay, so if my viewers, my listeners, my followers see this and decide they want to go. Now, maybe they didn't see it on the other page.
Right.
Maybe they don't watch Channel 12.
Right.
So to me, the more outlets that your message is on, the more chance you get to reach people that are like-minded.
Absolutely, absolutely, and I agree. I really thank you for having me on today.
Absolutely.
And I know that you may not agree with everything, but I appreciate the platform.
I agree.
And
you're right.
and I don't listen. If things do come to the point where we do lose our rights, and that's where I feel like we're headed, because it's not a flick of a switch. It's a dial.
Yeah.
All right, and I think right now we're being tested on how far we're going to let the government push us.
It's going to be very interesting coming out of this, because a lot of people, both left and right and in the middle, are saying, what is going to be the new norm?
Right. Things are not going to go back. If you think that the government is just going to back off and give you all your rights back,
they try
you need
a lot
to
of things now.
Right. I think that they are pushing the populace to see how far they'll let them push. And it looks to me like most people are just bending over. Like I said yesterday, if the cattle carts pulled up in front of your house and told you to get in because we're going to the virus safety camps, 9 out of 10 people would jump on board. And you know something? And I'm sorry, but I've learned from history with the tyrannical government has been way more detrimental to society and way more dangerous than any virus ever has. And I just want to not have any regrets knowing that I did what I could.
Okay.
And I spoke my mind and I made as big of a stink as I could.
There you go. So there you have it, folks. Tomorrow at 11 a.m. Government Center. And you can take us out.
All right. Thank you so much, Gene.
All right. Bye, folks.
All right, let's see. Go live.